Okay, hey everybody. I think that we are live. If you can hear me, make sure you let me know in the chat box just so I can make sure that we're all safe, sound, ready to go. If you can't hear me, again, also let me know if you can see me but not hear me. Hey Hannah, thanks for joining. Okay. So, is it flickering on anybody right now? This is weird. Hang on, my screen is showing that I'm flickering, so. Okay, so I think this is better. Please let me know if it's not working. I think it is. I think we got it. So let me know again in the comments or in the chat. So it is. Yay! Hi, Hannah. Okay, I don't know. Can you guys see me? This is so weird. Okay, there was all these weird things. So I have two Hannahs with me today. I'm so excited. I have a Canadian and I have a UK. Oh, hey, Herschel. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in. We had a little bit of technical difficulties to start, but I think I ironed them out. So, yeah. So today we are going to be chit-chatting about all the new stuff that's been going on in the parks. There's a lot. There is a lot. And I think one of the major ones was just announced today about Disneyland. I don't know if anybody heard this kind of wild news, but Disneyland is going to be open for out-of-state guests starting on June 15th, which is right around the corner. It's 2 weeks away. So that's really exciting because, I mean, if I could travel to the States in general, I would be going because that's really, really cool. And also that's happening on the exact same day that they're stopping their temperature checks. So they're easing the restrictions a little bit slower. Well, it's not really slower when you think about it. So Disney World is starting to scale back their kind of COVID measures. Disneyland is obviously freshly open. They haven't even been open for a month yet, but they're already talking about eliminating the temperature checks and allowing people from out of state. So that's huge, which means they're probably upping their capacity, which was sitting at about 25%. So that's huge. I just wish I could actually go to Disneyland to experience it. But yeah, so there's definitely those changes happening over there, as well as what's happening in June. I think it's June. Yeah, is the Avengers campus is also opening in Disneyland. So there's a lot going on over there for sure. I'm just going to see if I can grab. Okay, so I don't know. I feel like there's some like issues. Are we going in and out? Let me know, because my screen is saying that I am going in and out, but if I'm not, then I'll just keep on talking. But yeah, let me know. Okay, the stream stopped. Are we back up? Herschel, are we back? So let's refresh. Okay, so it is in and out. Ding, dang. Okay, well, it looks like it's holding steady for a little bit, so hopefully it'll keep holding steady. Yeah, but definitely please let me know, keep letting me know in the chats if we're going in and out, because I really hope not. So yeah, so everybody just refresh. Make sure your live button is red. Yeah, so sorry that I kind of cut out when I was talking about Disneyland and the exciting things that are going over there. So like I mentioned previously, Disneyland is opening to out-of-state visitors as of June 15th, which is also the day that they're eliminating temperature checks. So, hey Disney Dude 1, thanks for joining the stream. Always great to have everybody joining. Make sure that you make sure that you hit that thumbs up and that you share the stream out, because the more people in the chat, the better time we'll have chit-chatting with each and every one of you. So we are going to be touching base on the Disney news that has been kind of hitting the presses this week. Like I said, Disneyland, huge. We also have the Avengers campus that is going to be also opening next month, and the cast previews have already begun on that. So that's pretty exciting, and I will probably be making a video fairly soon about the Avengers campus and what to expect. So make sure you tune in for that. And just to make sure you don't miss it, make sure you hit subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any videos or anytime I go live, because you'll just get notified. So yeah. So Disneyland, obviously that stuff's moving and grooving over there. There's always stuff happening over there that's like they're the newest newly opened park. I don't know how to word that. So they've opened the most recently. We also have Disneyland Paris that's going to be opening soonish in about a month and a half's time, I think. So that's happening. And yeah, I'm trying to see here. I know that they were talking about what's going on with attendance, because so when Disney World first opened, they opened at 25% capacity. Then they went to 35%. And now they're saying that they've upped it, but I don't think they've actually given like a hard, solid number. Keep me honest. If anybody has heard that, then let me know. Also, I don't think I said hi, Nat. So sorry. Hi, Nat. But yeah, so I want to say they're probably operating at like 45, 50 right now. I mean, I could be completely wrong. It's really hard to tell because there's no fast pass or anything. So all the lines are fairly long because it's all standby, except for obviously Rise of the Resistance. So that's kind of hard to gauge. But if you guys know the exact numbers, then please let me know in the chat. And also make sure that you are sharing the stream out to your friends and family. Yeah, so we had Bob Chapek kind of announced that the attendance was being increased. He also pretty much mentioned that park pass reservations and virtual queues are going to be a thing of the future. They're going to continue on in the parks. I'm not completely mad at the park reservation system. I think that it's pretty good at making sure each park is like you're able to go and it be tolerable with the amounts of people that are in there, especially because even though they've kind of slimmed it down from 6 feet to 3 feet for social distancing, I think that it's still like 3 feet's not a lot, but if you go back in the day, people were like almost on your back sometimes, depending on where you were. So I think they still have to kind of keep that in mind. So I want to say that's why they're doing what they're doing. Again, I don't have like any inside scoop on that. This is like speculation on my end as to why these things are going on. So yeah, so we got that. I think that so Josh D'Amaro mentioned that the park reservation system was going to stick, but I don't know if anybody really thought that it was going to like stick. Like people were like, oh yeah, well probably until once masks kind of get eliminated, park reservations will probably be a thing of the past. Well, looks like we're a little bit wrong. So what do you guys think of the park reservation system? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you find it's like too complicated? Or have you kind of experienced the good things out of it, or know people who've experienced good or bad things out of it? I know a lot of you guys in here from UK or Canada and haven't really been able to like visit the parks. I know Herschel, you're in Florida. So you may have been able to. I don't think you've been though, if I remember correctly. Hey Chris, thanks for joining. We're just chit-chatting about the park reservation system and how it's working, how people feel in regards to it sticking around. So before, in the past, because Chris, I know you've never been, so in the past you would just buy a ticket and to a specific park and you would just go. You could go at any time and to any park as long as they didn't hit capacity, but usually they would only hit capacity in like the holiday season. But you have to actually book your park in advance now. So like if you were to buy your ticket today for tomorrow, you may only be able to get Epcot because that might be the only park that's available. So it kind of goes like that. I understand why people would maybe be frustrated with it, but if you have the park hopper option, it's not that big of a deal. You can start park hopping after 2. So I guess, I don't know. I don't mind it, but only the one in Florida where I am. Right, yeah. No, I know that's the only one you've been to, yeah. But yeah, so anyway, that's the park reservation system that is sticking around. Virtual queues, we know that that's probably going to stick around for Rise of the Resistance. Because if you go and think about Universal, they still do virtual queue, or maybe not now since Velocicoaster is like open. But I know like Hagrid's was on a virtual queue since it opened. So I can foresee that happening. We know for sure Ratatouille is probably going to be on a virtual queue, at least for the first bit. Tron will be. Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that those are just going to take that on. I think that it's just an easy process. Sure, it's annoying when you don't get into the virtual queue, but that's really the only way to avoid massive backlog of people. Because let's get real, these rides close and you still get a backlog of people for park reservation systems. Hi from Seattle. Was just on May 2nd and 8th. It's great if you have Park Hopper, but appreciate if you could get a Rise Pass with Park Hopper. Yeah, I understand what you're saying in that, because with Rise of the Resistance, so again, for those who don't know, people who have, you've never been to the Disney parks before. Oh, okay, well, no problem at all. I can try and fill you in on as much as I know about. If there's any questions you have about anything that we talk about, for sure, make sure that you write into the chat. But yeah, with Rise, you can't really park hop much. You can't park hop at all and do Rise of the Resistance, because the second, hey, Paging Mr. Morrow, how are you? Always good to see you. Welcome. Oh wow, Disney, did you just go there? Yes, he should. But yeah, so you can't really park hop with what do you even call it? With Rise, because the next, you can get it at 7 a.m. You can get passes, boarding groups, and then at 1 p.m. But you can only park hop at 2, so you kind of miss your moments. That's kind of crummy. But that's so great. Welcome. Da, da. Da, 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 da. So yeah, we're just chit-chatting. If you're just joining in, we're just chit-chatting about the latest Disney news. We covered what's going on with Disneyland. That's super exciting. In June, we have, what do you call it? We just talked about the park hopping and the park reservation system still being in effect, and probably will be moving forward. So if you guys have any thoughts on that, make sure you put it in the chat, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say. That'd be awesome. Da, da, da. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Let's see here. Let's see. Da, da, da. Sorry about that. I was just kind of getting my grooves over here. Okay. Okay, I'm so sorry about that, guys. So sorry. I had to go out and come back in. That was really weird. The chat froze, and then the stream just kind of went kaput. I don't know what's going on. I'm on like my home's Wi-Fi, so that shouldn't really happen. But yeah, so that's fun. Okay, so let me see here. I'm just gonna check something out real fast. Okay, perfect. So everyone can see and hear me. We're solid as a rock. Maybe, maybe in and out. Yeah, we're gonna have to see what we can do for that, but let me see. Okay, awesome. Okay, so where did I cut off for everybody? There's a storm happening right now, but yeah, but I'm not near you. I'm a little bit far away. It's super windy here, though. I will say that, so that could be part of it. So yeah, please make sure you refresh. We are back. Hey, Megan, thanks for joining. Always great to see you. Always great to see you. Sorry, I'm just having like a quick look over here. I'm just trying to do something here. Let me see what's going on. Okay, sorry. don't know, there's something really wonky happening, so I'm just trying to figure this out. Sorry. Okay, I think we're okay. Okay, so where did I cut off? Does anybody know where I cut off? I was talking a bit about the Jungle Cruise, but I don't know if any of you heard me. So let me know if you heard me or not. I'll just like circle back to it anyway. So Jungle Cruise is opening in Disneyland on July 16th, which is very exciting. Now, the Disney World one has not closed, and I don't think they have an intention to close. I believe that they're actually going to be doing their refurbishment as it's still active. So bits and pieces will come and go in your experience. So I guess each experience you can say is going to be very, very different to the last. Yeah, there's characters gone missing. There's characters getting added. So there's a little bit of everything going on right now. In the town of like Jungle Cruise. So yeah, I'm sorry if I keep like looking over at my computer. I'm just trying to figure something out. There's something really weird happening over here and I don't know what it is. So, you know, I don't know how to do this. Let me see what's going on. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. I still don't know what's going on over here, but that's fine. So we'll just move on. Yeah, so separate parties are now seated together on the Skyliner. So that's interesting. I don't know what anyone else thinks of this. So my thing with this is that people were already taking their masks off in the Skyliner, and I just didn't understand that, because you don't know if the people ahead of you had them off, and you don't know if the people behind, and like there's people coming on right after you and they don't have time to sanitize each time people are coming in and out. So I just feel like, why would you take your mask off? Like, some people might be coughing and it ends up on the chair. I don't know. So I just feel like if you can't, like, people were taking their masks off in the Skyliner and now they're pairing them together. So I don't really know how I feel about that. I mean, people will for sure be keeping their masks on if they're not the only people in there. So it'll be interesting to see how that one works. Hey, Charles, welcome. Thanks for joining. Thank you for joining. Let me see here. But yeah, so like, what does everyone else think of that? Like, do you think that it's a good thing that they are doing that, or what? These changes are happening way too fast. It was nice having just your own party. It was really nice having your own party. It was kind of like you didn't have to worry about it. You could talk about whatever you wanted to talk about. I think in just general, I wouldn't want to share a Skyliner, whether it was like pandemic or not. And I've never ridden it with anybody else, so I don't know. I've also never ridden it when it wasn't pandemic time. So yeah, the changes are happening very, very quickly. I'm not sure that the Skyliner right now is the best choice for them to do. But what can you do, right? Like, you can only control what you do to be safe, and almost have to prepare the worst. Yeah, exactly. Social distancing is such a nice thing, especially like at Disney, because we know people are like on each other's backs and stuff. So yeah, so that can happen. but yeah. But yeah, and they can be stinky in the Florida heat, for sure. I agree with you on that. Yeah, it's just not nice. I mean, it might be a little bit better in December and January, but after that, it's kind of like, stay away. I agree. I absolutely agree with you. And like, plexiglass is getting removed from rides and stuff as well. Fireworks and parades, there is no news on those yet. Right now it is still just cavalcades, so one parade flow every 15 to 20 minutes. But there's no word on fireworks. They have been testing Epcot Forever recently. So they haven't announced anything like that. Hopefully it'll be back sooner rather than later. But we do know, I don't know if this is like telling for what is about to come or what is not to come. But instead of them announcing that Mickey's Not So Scary could happen, they have changed it and made it an after hours event. So now it's the Disney Boo Bash, or the after hours Boo Bash. So, and I did make a video all about that, at least from what we know up to this point. But yeah, so that one is not going to have fireworks. They did say they'll have Halloween themed cavalcades, which is not really any different from what's happening now, except that they are obviously Halloween themed. But other than that, they haven't really made anything. What an eyesore those barges are in the middle of the lagoon. It better be the most amazing show ever. I have very high hopes for Harmonious. Maybe they're too high, but I feel like the reason why it's taking so long is because they are planning like the ultimate fireworks show. Like you, Chels, it really takes, I mean, Illuminations is such like a deep part of my soul that it hurts that it's not there anymore. And I wasn't a fan of Epcot Forever, so I really want Harmonious to be everything that I want it to be, and everything that I feel like I need it to be. So I'm hoping that these barges really do it justice. But yeah, let me see. Why couldn't we keep everything in water like World of Color? Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I mean, I guess like everything has to change eventually, but Hannah, are you saying buy or B? If you said buy, I'm sorry. Bye. I see. Ben said that the Halloween party was already at capacity. Tickets sold out. Is that true? They haven't started selling the tickets for the after hours yet. That's going to go on sale next month. And it's technically not like a Halloween party, it's the Boo Bash, but just a bigger scale though, I guess. Yeah, absolutely, it's a much bigger scale, so we shall see. I feel like they haven't executed it just yet, but maybe it's just me having maybe too much faith, but I feel like they're going to do something with the barges to make them look visually more appealing throughout the day. I think it's a shame that they kind of take away from like looking across the lagoon from the countries. You tell him to come talk to me. Let me see here. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, so let me see. Alrighty, so what was the best view? What was the best? That was best view, especially walking into work first thing in the morning with no guests. Yes, I agree with you 100%. It was such a nice, like, serene and calm view. It was just so pretty. And at night too, when everyone's leaving the park, so nice. Hey Reese, welcome. Sorry, I'm just letting... So, yeah. Sorry, I was just messaging in the mod chat. Yeah. So we were just chit-chatting about... Well, we segued over to Harmonious and the firework testing of Epcot Forever. And yeah, so... Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so now let's see here. We also have, so let's talk about like the mask thing again. So as most of you know, I'm sure all of you know, that the masks have been slightly relaxed. You don't have to wear it on pool decks. You don't have to wear them in outdoor common areas. So like Main Street USA, anything like that. However, even if it's outside, you still have to put it on when you get into a queue, when you get into the attraction or theater. And you also need to wear it on Disney Transport, which is like where I get that thing where I'm like, a little annoying when people don't wear it in the Skyliner stuff. Hey Nick, Thanks for joining. So that's Nick from Magical News Live. If you haven't followed him, make sure you do that. Also, make sure that you follow Reese's World. Both great channels. Nick goes live several times in the week. He's got some very good content over there. So, yeah. So definitely go check him out. You guys can definitely link your channels in the chat if you would like, because I don't have it open right now. But yeah. So more relaxed as we go forward and having virtual queues, you kind of eliminate all that queue-ness. Is that a word? I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like, people will be further apart because they won't have such a huge line. So I don't know. It's like everything's kind of up in the air and how that's going to work, but we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, so so they also have like new, I don't know if anybody has seen this. So obviously I'm not at the park, so I haven't seen it in my like visual, but they're changing the mask signs. So now it's kind of like where the social, I stopped. Am I back? I don't know. Please let me know if I'm back. I think I am. So hit refresh, guys. I'm pretty sure I am back up and running. So yeah. Dun, dun, dun. There. Alrighty. So alrighty, let me see here. I know I keep dropping. My internet's so strange right now. So I'm really sorry, guys, but make sure that that live button is red. We want to make sure that you are seeing this as we are going. But yeah, so there's that. Yeah, so let me see here what's going on. So yeah, like I was saying, the signs have changed a little bit, not a lot, but they do say, like, now there's signs that say masks on right before you go into indoor locations or anywhere that they think you need to wear one, or not what they think you need to wear one, where they tell you to wear one. So yeah, am I in and out still? That's annoying for you guys. I'm really sorry. I really hope that it's not annoying. So if it's annoying, I'm sorry. Hey Nat, welcome. Always great to see you. Okay, I am good now. Okay, great. Alrighty, so we were chit-chatting about like the new stuff that's going on with the masks and all that stuff. We talked about Disneyland allowing outsiders now in. So California is letting guests in if you are from out of state, which is really, really nice. So like I said, I think that probably is telling that they may be upping their capacity as well. So we shall find out. I mean, I don't really know all the facts. This is all speculation. So yeah. Yeah, so there's that. I'm just trying to go over here. I want to make sure I'm covering everything. I have like a list of things that I wanted to cover because I feel like since last Wednesday didn't go anywhere because of my tech issues, which are now clearly fixed. Well, kind of, because I was in and out for a while, but yeah, so I just kind of want to make sure that I'm covering everything. So, and again, like if there's stuff that you guys want to talk about too, you let me know, or if there's stuff that you've heard, or if you have questions about anything that's going on within the parks. Let me see. Oh, of course, that's this one. Okay, so there is a very sad news that has happened, and I'm sure you all have heard that Samuel Lee Wright, who was the voice of Sebastian in The Little Mermaid, has passed away, which is super, super sad. That's probably one of the most iconic Disney voices, I would think. Correct me if you guys think there's somebody else that has a more iconic voice, but I feel like you can't sing any of his songs without putting on that accent. So I feel like that in itself makes it like, I don't know, pretty iconic. So it's pretty sad that we're missing out on that. So, you know, it's always sad when you lose somebody in the Disney family. It's always sad. I mean, it's sad when you lose anybody, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Let me see. I had info. So we we still don't have any news as to where Tron is in the status of opening. Now, that being said, they have removed certain things from the Tron ride. So they've moved kind of like this safety nets and all that stuff from construction. They have now moved on inside, which is going to continue the construction. Again, we have no date. So I don't know if you guys have predictions for it. I don't think it's going to be open for October 1st, but I do think it's going to be within the 50th anniversary, and I feel like it won't be too far off from October 1st. So there's that. Then there's the Guardians of the Galaxy ride in Epcot. We don't know anything of where that one is. Like, there's no news. We just see it's always getting new pieces of construction in it. So there's that, but there's no date. There's like no signage. Nothing is going up. So it's one of those things where I want it to be open before this date, but I have a weird gut feeling that they're going to open Guardians on October 1st of next year for Epcot's 40th. That's my prediction. You guys, I want to hear what you guys think. If you think it's going to be sooner, do you think it's going to be later than that? Because, I don't know, that's just my speculation. That's not any information from anybody. That's just my own personal, humble opinion as to when and where I think that one's going to go. So, there's that. There is that. Everyone's so quiet on the chat right now, so... Except for Herschel with his okay. Alrighty, so let me see. Make sure I have everything that I'm trying to cover here. Where am I? Okay. Okay, where did my... Oh my god, okay, maybe I'm just speaking too fast because I felt like my list was a lot longer and I feel like I've already gone through it, so sorry about that. Sorry, guys. I can try and chit-chat some more. Well, obviously I'm not going to let the stream go. I just want to make sure that we're talking about some, like, relevant information here. Let me see. So, we have Cruella that comes out on Disney Plus tomorrow. Does anyone know, are you guys going to purchase the Premier Access, or are you going to wait later in the year when it becomes free? That's the question. Because there's a lot of hype going on about Cruella right now. There's a lot of hype. I don't know. Like, what do you guys feel? I feel like it's going to be actually pretty good. I think Emma Stone's going to do a very good job. I think she's going to surprise a lot of people. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still on the fence if I want to buy the Premier Access or if I'm going to wait. Because let's get real. I'm behind in a lot of stuff on Disney Plus. Like, I still haven't seen Soul. I still haven't seen Raya. I haven't even seen Mulan yet. So I've been watching more of the series and not the movies lately. And I really need to get into it some more. So I don't know. Like, what's everybody else thinking? I don't know. Is my, like, chat frozen or is nobody talking? I feel like no one's talking. That's fine. That's fine. As long as I'm still connected. Just let me know if I'm still connected. Because that's a big deal if I am not. This is really wonky. Let's see. I don't know. Can you guys still see and hear me? I hope so. I hope so. Because, like, my thing keeps popping in and out. That's very weird. Very, very weird. Okay. Well, let's just chit-chat anyway. Okay. So, okay. So, also, has anyone seen that there is, construction, or not construction, there's work inside the Theater of the Stars at Disney's Hollywood Studios? Has anybody seen that? Because that means that stage shows may potentially be coming back sooner than we anticipated, and the Beauty and the Beast live may be coming back. Because I don't think they've taken down any of the signage for Beauty and the Beast, so I don't think they're kind of going to restructure a new show, but they are working on the theater itself, so that's pretty exciting news. That is pretty exciting. I don't know who misses live shows at Disney in general, because I think that's all part of the magic. When you got meet and greets, when you have the live shows, when even just like live performances. So Epcot's been really lucky in the sense that they've been getting some live music back with Epic Live. What are the other ones that are going on? Epic Live is like the better one. What was that one there? There was one that was questionable. The Latin Ambition, I think it was called. Interesting. It was an interesting choice. Then they had something vinyl. I'm sorry, I'm like so bad at that. Reese is probably just like shaking his head at me right now. But yeah, so it is kind of cool though. Epcot is getting their music and stuff all together. I mean, Disney Junior Party has still been happening, so that's fun. But it'll be great to have stage shows come back, especially to studios, because there's studios, even with Star Wars, like Galaxy's Edge, there's still a smaller amount of attractions there. So having your stage shows definitely gets to disperse the crowds a bit more, which makes it pleasant for everyone. So yeah, I don't know. Like, what's everyone else's thoughts on that? Are you excited for stage shows coming back? Are you not excited? Does it matter to you? What would you rather see? Would you rather see fireworks? Would you rather see... I don't know. And can you guys even see me? Because I'm like getting an error on my side. It's very weird. It's so interesting. I don't know why it's doing this. I don't know. Okay, so I can't tell if you guys can see or hear me because no one's talking. So I hope so. I really hope so. Just acting really strange for me. So, okay. Let me see what else is going on here. Let me see. Just trying to check out here what's going on. So we obviously know college program is coming back. They're going to be back next month. Well, actually, I'm going to say in a couple of weeks, they're going to start coming back, which is great because it's kind of going to, that means more stuff is going to be available and there's going to be less limitations. So we may see more restaurants opening, like just like random ones that weren't open. So we have Casey's Corner and Magic Kingdom. None of this has been announced. I'm just going to assume though, they are hiring a lot of quick service roles right now. So I think they're trying to reopen these places. So we have Casey's Corner. We have, Casey's Corner, is that? Casey's Hot Dogs. We have Columbia Harbor House. I mean, you can get their food in Disneyland Terrace, but you could also just open Columbia Harbor House and then open Disneyland Terrace and have different food. There was a Cheshire Cat little quick service. That's not open either, unless it's open now. Everyone keep me honest, because like if I don't know something off the jump, I do apologize. And then we have, hey Jared, thanks for joining. We're just chit-chatting about basically all Disney news. I was just mentioning with the CPs coming back and them hiring more like quick service and stuff. It pretty much means they're going to be starting to open things more, I think. I could be completely wrong, but I'm just saying that more things are probably going to be opening with them bringing back CPs. And I'm hoping that with them bringing back CPs, that they can actually start bringing back internationals, because Epcot kind of lost that, you know? Like, one of the great things about Epcot is that the World Showcase had people from those countries working in the countries, and I miss that. I mean, there are some people, don't get me wrong, there are some people that are from the countries that work there permanently, but it's not the same. There's so few and far between. But yes, I am a big Columbia Harbor House fan, but But Jared, like I said, you can get it at Tomorrowland Terrace. You can get a lot of the foods from there. So if you're into it, then head over that way because you'll be able to find it for sure. It's just really weird queuing up for like Peter Pan in Columbia Harbor House and going like up and down the stairs. It's kind of strange, but whatever works, right? Like they have long lines. But the Peter Pan line still goes pretty quick, even though it looks crazy long. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. So again, we have the Festival of Lion King that's recently started. It is an altered show because they can't have the aerial artists because they do need each other. They have to touch because they are like a partner system, and they don't have the tumble monkeys. And the tumble monkeys are my favorite part. So, I hope that we kind of get that sense of normalcy back, at least into shows. But until then, I'm just grateful that the show is back in general. Honestly, Tomorrowland Terrace is never used for my family, for it was always closed. Oh, I think they close at 4 p.m. I think that's when that one closes. I think they're open like 11 to 4. So if you went over there after that point, then yeah, it would be closed. But if you can get there before 4, then you're good. I think it's 3 or 4. It is smaller hours, but Tomorrowland Terrace is always like that. So I don't know. And then we have in Epcot, we got Club Cool. It's going to be coming back, which is awesome because we have Beverly coming back, and what's Epcot without Beverly? So you have that. The Creation Shop will be opening. I don't think they gave an official or anticipated to be at least. And yeah, it's kind of one of those things. And then we have, what else is going on? So Creation Shop, I don't think they gave an actual day for Creation Shop yet. Hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later. But I'm interested to see how it goes because I really, really love mouse gears. So, well, I don't like the mouse gear right now, but I love the old mouse gear. Hey, Heather, thanks for joining. Always great to see you. If you guys don't know, Vacation Exploration is Heather, and you can check out her channel as well. She's a great streamer. Let me see what else is going on. So we were just chit-chatting. Basically, you may have what's your thoughts on the Skyliner now seating multiple parties? That's kind of like, there's a lot of stuff that's happening right now that's happening pretty quick. So I'm not sure, like, what your feelings are on that. So if you weren't here for that conversation, make sure that you are chatting in and letting me know if you want me to circle back and touch on anything, or if you have any questions at all, because I would love to hear what you guys have to say. But yeah, so let me know. I don't know, like, I don't personally want to sit with people, but that's just me in general. I hate when I have to sit with people in the monorail, and I always had to. So your feelings are that if they can do that, they can bring back fireworks. I agree with you on that. Yep. I think that's a very fair statement. I think what's hard about that is, so you're required to wear your mask in Disney transportation. But you don't have to wear your mask outside, and everybody would be congregating outside. So it's a hard thing to kind of compare, but I see where you're going with it. Yeah, it's a very weird thing. And like plexiglass is coming off of a lot of rides now. So, okay, honestly, I have experienced the London Underground, so I am not entirely sure about the same application to Skyliner. Sorry, I think I have to reread that, Jared. Sorry. Okay, honestly, I have experience with London Underground, so I'm not entirely sure about the same application as Skyliner. I think I'm just not familiar with what you mean. Like, isn't the London Underground like a subway system? I don't know. Sorry, I'm sorry. I feel kind of derp because I don't know. But are they going to be at full capacity? No, they're not going to full capacity yet. They are increasing capacity, but they haven't announced that they're at full capacity yet. I don't think they can be until they start opening up all the resorts. I mean, most have opening dates, but I also think that they also need to know, that everyone's coming back. I think they have to have the cast members in place as well, Means I know, okay, meaning I know what it means to be cramped. Yeah, I mean, if you lived in Toronto like I have before, subways during rush hour, same thing. The TTC is the devil when it comes to rush hour. Everyone is in your business. So, yeah, crammed into a car. Yeah, that's public transit in rush hour, you know. New York gets it. So I enjoyed having the Skyliner car to myself, though. I'm going to miss that. Yeah. You know what, Heather? I have never experienced the Skyliner. I feel like in the Skyliner, you're just like staring at somebody. I don't know. I don't know. I've never, like I said, I never experienced it with others before, so I don't know how that compares really. But yeah. And then the monorails. I mean, we know that the monorails are kind of going to be wonky. What is happening here? My computer is acting all kinds of crazy. I don't know what is going on right now. So, whoopsies. But yeah, so let's, let me see here. I'm just trying to think. There's other things that are changing. You know what I wish? Okay, so hopefully with them bringing back more food and beverage, I know it's mainly quick service they're bringing back, but I really, really want them to open up the Tune-In Lounge in Hollywood Studios. I don't know why I love that bar so much. I think I just like the atmosphere because I'm a huge like Dick Van Dyke Show fan, and that kind of the whole era and vibe. I think that's why I like it so much. But yeah, I want to see that open. I'm trying to think of other things that should be open now, especially with CPs and stuff coming back. But I also, speaking of CPs, I don't know if any of you have heard, but in the college program housing, so they were doing gender neutral. They were doing gender neutral housing for those who wanted it. But they're now actually going to be housing people that have the same vaccination status. So if you are fully vaccinated, you will live with someone who's also fully vaccinated. If you are choosing not to get vaccinated, you will live with someone who is also choosing not to get vaccinated. So I think that's actually a really smart way of protecting people, having people with like the same beliefs in that sense, to be with whoever is of like-minded in that, so that way people can just feel assured for themselves that they are safe at home. But yes, Columbia Harbor House, we were talking about that one earlier. I mean, it is nice that you can get the food at Tomorrowland Terrace. However, I miss eating my Columbia Harbor House food while looking down onto the promenade, like whether I'm looking over by Peter Pan area, but kind of like I love watching Liberty Square. I just think people watching is fun. And I know it kind of sounds weird when you say it out loud that you people watch from like the upstairs of a restaurant. But I feel like a lot of people do it. It's just really interesting. I've lucked out a lot and I go in to eat in Columbia Harbor House, and when I sit down, it just downpours. So not all of the dishes are there. Oh, the hummus and broccoli. Yeah, that's true. Not everything is there. Not everything's there, but yeah, I do miss, though, just like Columbia Harbor House in general. It's just weird lining up for Peter Pan in there. But all right, see you later, Herschel. Thanks for coming. But yeah, so I'm just thinking, so we have the Beauty and the Beast Theater that's currently getting worked on. So again, we don't know the status as to where that's going to take us. Does that mean the show is going to come back sooner rather than later? Or are they simply just doing it to get it out of the way and have it ready for whenever they are about to open it? Fish and chips. Yep, the lobster roll was kind of I always got the shrimp platter because I'm a cow when I go there to eat. Like, it's so good, and it's such a massive platter, but I can't help it. It's just, everything is so good. So good. Probably shouldn't call myself a cow, but I feel like a cow after I eat in there, because I'm just like, give me everything you have. Like, the coleslaw is good, and everything like that. Oops. That didn't make any sense. But yeah, so I'm trying to think. But now it's good though because yes, splurge, right? But now I find like what I'm doing for so now I feel what I do for food is I actually just go to Skipper Canteen more than I'll go to quick service because one is fairly fast there, and two, I'm pretty much spending the same amount, maybe slightly more, but the food is incredible. And I can get a beer while I'm there. So, you know me, and I love that Congolese spiced ale. It's delish. If you haven't had it, I highly recommend it. So, Jen, for some reason, loves that place. It's not some reason. It's delicious. That's why Jen loves it. I feel like that's like a mutual thing she and I have. It's so good. Skipper Canteen is so good. Jared, if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend that you do that. So, but Jen's got good taste in food, so trust me. I think, what else? I'm trying to think. So in Epcot, luckily there's festivals literally every day of the year. So you can just eat at the festivals. I mean, there's like, 3 weeks in between some festivals. Next time I'm in MK, I'm in the Magic Kingdom. Yes, you definitely should. You definitely should. And the good thing with Skippers is that there are some days where you can walk up and get a return time to go eat. So, if you don't make a reservation ahead, I clearly can't swallow. Sorry. If you can't make your reservation ahead of time, you can always just go over to their podium and see what's going on over that way. I think 50s Primetime was doing the same thing when I was there. Yeah, it did. So I really wanted to eat at 50s Primetime, so I went. And then they're like, oh yeah, we'll come back in like an hour. Like, we'll notify you on the app. So I'm like, okay, yeah, no problem. So from the point it took me to walk from 50s Primetime to, I was going over to Tower of Terror. I made it to Scoops area, like just shortly before, like just before the bathrooms in Tower of Terror, and then they called me to eat. I was like, why did I even bother to leave? It took me 10 minutes to get here. So, I don't know. But either way, I love 50s Primetime. I don't know why. Their fried chicken is delicious. So, but I know I won't see Disney on my birthday weekend since MK and I share the same weekend. Oh, are you October 1st that time? Is that what you mean? Okay. Well, that's okay. Well, you can still go to Disney on your birthday. I think you can still get a pass for Animal Kingdom and Epcot. So you can try that. I don't know. Are they all October 3rd? Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna check. I'm checking for you right now. Disney Princess. Let me see what I can find. Okay, so on October 1st. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, so if you just have a theme park ticket, you can still get into Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. If you are staying at a resort, again, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios. But if you have an annual pass, the only thing you can get into is Animal Kingdom. So you still have options. You have 2 other parks you can go to, Jared. So you can definitely go to Disney for your birthday. You can definitely go there. See? The joys of seeing the park reservation system ahead of time. You don't have to wait. If you got a ticket now, you can book it. Let me see here. Let's see. I'm either going to Universal or create a gathering. Oh. Well, Universal and throwing axes are 2 very different things. Okay. That's cool. Universal works. Throwing axes works. Just don't throw them at people. That's my PSA for you. Okay, so now let me just double check here and let me see if I'm missing anything else. No, I would never throw. I would hope not, Jared. I would really hope. I was joking. I don't think you would do that. I'm glad that you clarified that you wouldn't do that, but all right. So, and I mean, obviously because of the masks and stuff getting lifted in outdoor areas, so relaxation areas no longer exist. So if you weren't familiar, relaxation areas were parts of the park where you could go and take off your mask with those that you were traveling with in your party. And you could stay there for about like, I don't know, like 20 minutes or so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they gave you a time frame. And then you could kind of take a mask break. So you kind of breathe a little bit better, get your bearings, and then carry on into the sunset again with your mask on. So now that's not there. So there's that. Yeah, and has anyone seen the Snapchat lenses that you can actually get on your, obviously your Snapchat, through your My Disney Experience app? Lindsay, what would be a park reservation for July and them coming back? Disney's obviously actively looking for quick service food and beverage. They are also looking for bus drivers. I do know that. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything that has been going on as of late. I'm sure it's been fun though. I've been having a good time talking to you guys. Let's see, I'll wait a little second because I know that sometimes the live stream can be delayed with people, but I think that's going to be about it. So thank you so much for joining in, guys. It's always a pleasure speaking to you. I love doing these WDW Wednesdays, and thank you so much for being patient, as last week we didn't have one because of tech problems. But yeah, and I can chit chat with you guys again on Saturday for SwishWilly Saturdays, which is starting at 7 p.m., maybe 7:30. I think it's going to be 7 p.m. And we talk about everything that you guys want to talk about. So in the chat, you just keep on plowing away and telling me what you guys want to talk about. It can be Universal, it can be Disney, it can be anything. It can be just what you guys are up to that weekend. So yeah, so I will see you guys on Saturday. So again, thanks for joining, and thank you to the Disney YouTube community for welcoming me with open arms. I've made some incredible friends through this, and I look forward to spending more time with you guys. So have an awesome night.